Hi, I'm going to talk about protecting your basement from water intrusion. Maybe people don't know the difference between positive drainage and negative drainage. And if it's negative, then water can intrude into your basement. It can cause basement problems, especially with a basement that is constructed of concrete blocks. And there are ways to protect that and prevent that from being a major problem of water intrusion. And there are costs associated with the water intrusion into the basement. The average cost of simply drying out your basement from clean water leak and further damage for restoration needed is about $2,700. And if you get into something that is more intense, where you have to replace drywall and possibly carpet, then you're looking at about $7,500. And there's other things that contribute to that as well. If your home was built on soil that is the high shrink swell soil that we have around Hayes right now, when water gets into this type of soil, it expands and it puts pressure on the basement. So what you want to do is try to prevent those things from happening. Instead of having negative drainage, you want to have positive drainage. And I'm going to go back here and on this board and illustrate what I'm talking about of negative and positive drainage so that you have an idea of what you can do to prevent it and protect your home and make it more valuable.
Well, I told you I wanted to illustrate the way that there's a positive drainage and negative drainage on a home. I've already done some drawing here. This is the side of your home, the foundation, the basement, the first floor, and the roof. In new construction, they do some fill dirt and put it back against the foundation, and over time that can settle down. But even if a house is older, you can still have some settlement of that dirt going down. And negative drainage is when the dirt around the foundation tends to be this way, where it doesn't really slope away from the home. So when you have rain coming down, it hits this area and then it flows back towards the house, the foundation, and goes down alongside the foundation. And there's two things that happen here. First of all, we have a high shrink swell soil in a lot of areas around Hayes, and when that soil gets wet, it expands and it pushes against, especially block foundations, pushes them in. You'll see that in many homes around town if the drainage is not proper. And then the other thing that happens, in addition to that, in the wintertime, that water will freeze, and when it freezes, frozen water expands, ice expands, and that puts pressure on the foundation as well. So you have two things that are going to work against your foundation. And I've also seen this in concrete foundations too. So how do you correct this? Well, the best way to correct this is to bring additional dirt in and probably come down anywhere from 6 to 8 inches from the bottom of your siding of your home and slope this out away from your home. And I would suggest that you come out here at least 2 feet, and then you come out to grade, and all that water will then flow out this way instead of going down towards alongside your foundation and possibly damaging your basement. The other things that you need to do, there are several things actually. If you have guttering and downspout, make sure your guttering is clean, because if the downspout is plugged up, then water's going to run over the guttering and it's going to come down alongside your foundation. And make sure that when you have that all cleaned, and you might want to extend the downspouts anywhere from 3 to 4 feet away from your foundation. If you have plantings around your home, say that you have a garden, you have some landscaping stones or rock around there, you might want to make sure that there's some opening there so that if you get a heavy rain, that the water will run away from the foundation rather than being plugged up in there and running down alongside your foundation and causing some damage. I hope these few tips of how to prevent damage to your basement will help you in the future.
Before we leave, I would like to show you some pictures that I have taken around Hayes of some areas where there has been negative drainage, where water has been standing in the backyard close to the foundation that could put pressure on the foundation, and areas along where the downspout isn't long enough and the water comes down from the downspout and then just stays right around the foundation. And these will illustrate what I'm talking about.